you can cry, but this will be the last time.
Welcome to ActionTracks. The Monster Truck Nationals are in Corbin, Kentucky at the arena, getting set for concrete monster truck car crushing action. We've got a great lineup of trucks, some new trucks we haven't ever seen on ActionTracks before as we get ready to kick off season number 10 on ActionTracks. The crowd is flooding into the arena, getting a ride on the monster bus as we get ready to meet the field of trucks. First up, the home state favorite, Joe Nichter and the all-new Lethal Threat Stomper. Vendetta, driven by Mike Christensen, all the way from Utah. The team truck, Kamikaze, driven by Paul Jensen. RJ Turner with an all-new look on the War Wizard, lots of changes to that truck. And Doug Noelke, the old veteran, with the Tailgator. Moving into our first event, it's the Wheelie competition. Picking it off is Joe Nichter and Stomper. We talked to him earlier.
How's it going, everybody? Joe Nichter with Stomper Monster Truck. Got a brand new look for this thing this weekend. Lethal Threat, a real nice clothing line came on board. Picked them up. They designed the wrap. They designed everything. And I think it looks pretty good. You know, I'm curious to see what everybody thinks about it.
That awesome new looking Stomper monster truck, Joe Nichter kicks it off with the nose in the air. Good way to start off the show. Brand new truck for 2019. Paul Jensen and Kamikaze, we talked to him earlier.
Oh man, I'll tell you what, my stepdad, he's been doing this for 27 years, Craig Christensen in the Dragon Slayer. I ran Monster Jam for 5 or 6 years with him. We also did 2 years with the Outdoor Channel, racing monster trucks, and I loved it so much that I decided I had to retire for 5 or 6 years and go get a real job so that I could come back and build 2 trucks. Now I'm running with my brother, and you know, we build our own trucks from the ground up, and we just love doing it.
Now, this is your first time on concrete with the new truck. What do you expect?
Oh, I don't even know what to expect. The last time I drove on concrete, my truck probably had about 700 less horsepower and not anywhere near as good a shock. So we'll see what happens.
Paul Jensen with 2 incredible wheelies, looking good in the wheelie competition. He's got the experience, putting it to use. Another guy with a lot of experience. Here's Doug Noelke and Tailgator, a veteran on the Monster Truck Nationals Tour. Our fourth competitor, another all-new truck for 2019, Mike Christensen in the Vendetta 61 Chevy Chop Top pickup truck. Our final competitor, RJ Turner. A brand new paint scheme on this truck, but that's not all. The bottom half of the chassis has been cut off, and they've completely reconfigured that truck. But the win in the wheelie competition kicking off the show goes to Paul Jensen and Kamikaze. There's a lot riding on victory within the team. We talked to Paul earlier.
Well, we have this deal. We have some really ugly Holland tires, and they're lime green, and they don't match either of our trucks. So whoever wins the most trophies this weekend doesn't have to have the green Holland tires on their truck.
So that's the key within the Team Throttle Monsters. Who has to wear the ugly Holland tires? But meanwhile, we are kicking off qualifying action to set the field for racing later on. A short blast on this concrete track, hard over the cars into the finish line. fast qualifying honors go to Doug Noelke in Tailgator with a lightning 1.85 time. Heading into round number 1, the team members face off, Vendetta and Kamikaze. A great race. These Monster Truck Nationals concrete shows provide some great racing action, but right there you see it, by about a tire, Kamikaze takes the win. Our next pair heading to the line, we talked to War Wizard RJ Turner earlier.
Yeah, we had the guys at the metal shop. They took and cut pretty much the whole bottom half of the chassis out, put a new one in there, got a little bit stronger. Hopefully they take a little bit better beating than the old one did. Had to update it, get our training out a little bit easier. You know, they helped us out a lot. Can't thank them enough. You know, the truck feels like it's running real good. Everything seems like it all is pretty solid.
A lot of big changes in a brand new paint design by Trey Myers, the Iron Warrior himself. Right now, War Wizard versus Stomper. Bit of a slow pass by both trucks, but Stomper takes the win. And our fast qualifier takes his bye run. Doug Noelke cruising to the next round. It's not just monster trucks at the Monster Truck Nationals. We had the awesome United FMX Freestyle Motocross guys on hand, putting on a show for this great crowd. United FMX, always incredible. Make sure to check them out if you got the opportunity. We're moving into semi-final monster truck racing action. It'll bring Joe Nichter and Stomper to the line to face off against Kamikaze Paul Jensen. They're waiting for green. Nichter with a little bit of a hole shot, but it was close from the top end, and there you see it. Kamikaze passes him in the air, taking the win and moving to the finals. As our next pair already heading to the line, Vendetta and Tailgator.
Doug, you've actually been around this sport quite a long time. When did you first get involved?
Back in 2000, so going on 19 years.
Nearing 2 decades, but one big thing that's changed during that time, there have been a lot of safety advances in monster trucks during that time. Tell me some of the biggest things that come to mind to you that you are the most thankful for.
Seat belts. I mean, I didn't know anything about seat belts until about halfway through my run here. Now we're wearing seat belts. The most amazing thing, it ties you into the seat. I mean, what do you take the fun out of bouncing around the truck? No, in all seriousness, I mean, the neck restraint, the helmets, you know, we were just back in the day wearing that neck collar.
The pool noodle, basically?
Yeah, the pool noodle, yeah, right. Or the thing you sit on, yeah. You know what I'm talking about, but it's come a long way. The trucks are still advancing, but, you know, the things that the drivers are wearing, the seat belts, you know, they have advanced from when we first started. So it's really good to see, honestly, because the neck doesn't hurt near like it used to. I can only imagine what Kramer and those boys feel like. Oh, my gosh. But it's been, you know, seeing the changes over the years, you know, and trying to change with that, and the things we're doing with these trucks now, even when I started, is pretty crazy.
Lots of safety innovations keeping these drivers safe in the cockpit of these monster trucks. Right now, Vendetta as the fast loser back, taking on Tailgator, waiting for green. Noelke a little sideways off the starting line, but another close race. Waiting on the official word, and there it is. Vendetta, Mike Christensen from the fast loser spot, moves into the finals against his teammate, Kamikaze. We caught up with Mike earlier and talked about the brand new truck.
It's a new creation that me and Paul came out with last September. It's a 51 Chevy chop top pickup. It's something that I wanted to do and come out with my own name, my own identity, and something my wife kind of helped me design. The name was something that I've been wanting to do for a couple years, and I always wanted to just have that dark, mean image of coming back and wanting to whoop some butt. The chassis is built in-house with Team KCM. This is a match to Paul's brand new Kamikaze. It's a match to Wicked, to Dragon Slayer, and about 11 to 12 different trucks that my dad's built over in Australia.
2 brand new trucks on the circuit, and their brothers and teammates. So this could be exciting. Also, those ugly toter tires on the line. Racing Championship bragging rights right now. An incredible racing final in Corbin as we wait on the official word. Taking a look back in cab with Paul Jensen. A short blast down the track. It's neat to see him working the pedals and the controls. Not using a ton of throttle on this slippery concrete floor. Waiting for the officials. Slow motion replay. I think there you see it. Mike Christensen by a tire takes the win in Vendetta. But perhaps some issues with the truck. Looking like some front steering problems. We'll have to see how that follows him throughout the night. Earlier in the evening, the monster trucks took to the floor for the donut competition. Looking to lay down a little rubber. Kicking it off was Joe Nichter in Stomper with a solid start. Doug Noelke, he's an expert on these slippery concrete floors. He's won many a donut championship. Looking good here. Vendetta with a nice donut, getting close to the wall there. Oh, a little bit of a side slap. That hurts. Paul Jensen in the Kamikaze. He just saw his teammate lay down a nice donut. What can he do? Unbelievable. Possibly one of the best donuts we have ever seen on ActionTracks. And we're going to ride on board with him. Nothing but a swirling vortex outside of the cab. Jensen with an incredible donut. Our final competitor, RJ Turner, struggling a little to get those expensive monster truck tires to hook up on this slick floor. There, he's got it. Playing in the throttle. He's got some rotation. Oh, he's getting close to the trucks over there. Oh, he hits Kamikaze. Wow. Jensen seeing something's up, putting the truck out of park into neutral, waiting for the collision. Hopefully no damage to the Kamikaze truck. Wow. Nonetheless, Kamikaze with that incredible donut takes the donut victory. He's looking great tonight. Got one event remaining, and kicking off freestyle is RJ Turner in War Wizard. He's not been on concrete a whole lot. He's struggling on this floor, trying to get those tires to hook up. Also, a lot of horsepower in that truck, and so he is battling out there. Let's see what he can do. really struggling with locating the truck on the track. It's sliding everywhere, and you can tell there's just a little bit of inexperience. RJ's a good, solid driver, but throwing somebody into a brand new environment that's completely different, it can be a little brutal. I think it's hurting him tonight, but he rounds out the run with a nice donut. Good way to put an exclamation point on the rest of the ride. Out now, it's Joe Nichter in the all-new Brett-sponsored Stomper truck. The truck's looking great. He is the home state favorite out of Westport, Kentucky. Only a part-timer. Nichter only running a handful of events each year, and so he's looking to make a good impression here tonight. Nichter showing no fear. He's the first to attack the van stack in the middle of the track. I think there may be a little bit of a rear steering gremlin in there. Rear steering looking a little slow and maybe not cooperating completely. I think that'll be all for Nichter as we move to the Monster National Pro, the old veteran, Doug Noelke in Tailgator. He knows how to handle the truck on this slippery track, and this is going to be a professional clinic right here. As I said, he's a veteran. He's got it down. Looking good here tonight. He climbs out and salutes the crowd as we move to our final competitor. We're on board with Paul Jensen in Kamikaze. Those front steering issues we saw with Vendetta earlier on following racing have caught up with the team. No front steering, so he's out for freestyle, but I expect Paul Jensen and Kamikaze to put on quite a performance as he rides around saluting the crowd here in Corbin. Pretty comfortable on the concrete floor, stopping to back up, but that was because of the big air. The truck carried a little further than he was expecting. But looking good for not having a lot of recent experience on a concrete floor. That Ford Raptor, sponsored by Redline Oil, looking great here tonight. Interesting, between the two teammates, Vendetta and Kamikaze, Jensen sporting the Ford body. Meanwhile, Christensen insisting that he will never run any sort of Ford body on his truck. He's Chevy through and through. Kamikaze using a big air assault, trying to take the freestyle victory. biggest air we've seen all night. A constant big air assault. However, I think that loose over and burst several times in the run is probably going to hurt him with the judges. We'll have to see how it all pans out at the end of freestyle. But a nice run, Kamikaze, launching the truck to end his freestyle. But that's not all. We're going to take a ride along with Jensen during his freestyle. We'll see him working the controls, trying to battle the slippery concrete floor in the arena. Little arena, he's constantly working the wheel, working the controls, hitting the throttle just a little bit. One-handed steering while the other hand moves to the gear lever or the rear steering control. He's constantly working up in that cab. If you're new to monster trucks, you might notice, unlike in a conventional passenger car, Paul Jensen uses both the right foot for gas and the left foot for brake rather than the standard right foot configuration that you might use going down the road. Steering with his right hand, pulling the truck to the left and hitting the throttle, heading into a donut. As we head towards the end of the run, getting ready for one last leap. It was great to ride along with Jensen on his freestyle performance here tonight. Jensen saluting the crowd one last time as he rounds out his freestyle run, but the freestyle victory in our JConcepts moment of victory goes to the old veteran, Doug Noelke in Tailgator, with a great freestyle performance to round out the night in Corbin. As the crowd begins to file out of the arena, we've seen a lot of car-crushing monster truck nationals action here tonight. We hope you've enjoyed. We thank you for joining us as we kick off Season 10 of Action Tracks. We'll see you again next time.